Hello, my name is Kabir Punia and this is Mr. Kapil. I'll be interviewing him as one of the person who uses private transport. So firstly, I'd like to ask, what modes of transport do you typically use?
I typically use my private car, and sometimes I use the Ola Uber, but that's a private taxi.
Yeah, okay. What determines your choice for certain modes of transport?
The traffic and more or less the parking available there. That's pretty much determines this thing. I don't end up using the public transport because it's very crowded and the temperature or the climate in Bombay doesn't really allow you to travel in the heat times.
Okay. Are you satisfied with the local infrastructure for different modes of transportation, like availability of roads for cars and bikes and the quality and availability of public transport?
I mean, frankly, not really satisfied because the condition of the roads is really bad. There's constantly some construction or something going on. But looking at it from one point of view is the infrastructure that's available for public transport, particularly the local trains, is fantastic. Because if you look at the number of people that they are servicing or the number of people that are traveling every day, and to maintain that, it's quite amazing that they manage to transport that many number of people across the city so efficiently. So yeah, fascinated by the number of just the sheer number of people that they are transporting. But yes, the public transport is very crowded and gets pretty painful. But still, I guess based on the population that exists, I think they're doing a decent job.
Okay. What are the fastest and most convenient modes of transportation in your region?
I think if you have to really get from one point to the other, I think there's nothing better than the local train because the traffic, which is quite intense during peak hours, is avoided by the local trains. And I believe now with the metro coming up, that makes a difference. And now, of late, with the coastal road and a lot of infrastructure that's being developed, I think in the next few years we should see a lot of improvement.
Yes. Okay. How do people in your region usually travel to and from their school or place of work?
I think school is pretty much school buses because that works fine. Then there is less crowding of private cars near the school. And place of work, again, I think it's pretty much the train that goes up and forth. But again, office staff and all is all private cars. I think.
Are the costs of different modes of transportation in your region reasonable? What are some of the cheapest modes of transportation? What are some of the expensive ones? Are those reasonable prices / fares according to you?
I think, compared to, I think the public transport is very, very reasonable. Whether it's the bus or the local train, that's very reasonable. And I think the rest of it is all dependent on the price of fuel because private cars or whatever is all dependent on the price of fuel.
Is it common for people to share private means of transport like carpooling in your region? Why not?
No, most carpooling like exists in other cities or other countries is not very common at all in India because I think different timings. It's at least in our region, people are scattered around. So really, I don't think carpooling so far has been successful, and I don't see that happening in the long run because people stay at different parts. So having a common pickup and they work in different places. So I don't think carpooling would probably even account for, probably my estimate is less than 2% of the entire transportation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kapil. It was nice seeing you.
Thank you.